Hi all, this is Bharatraj. I am studying BTech first year CSC section. Today my chemistry concept video is modeling of plastic into articles. There are six types of modeling. That is rotational, induction, compression, extraction, thermoforming. We will discuss these six topics in this concept video. First of all, extraction modeling. With extraction modeling, hot melted plastic is pressed through a shaped hole to create a lengthy shaped plastic part. This customizable shape, that is liquid plastic, gets pressed through a called a die. This die is custom made for the particular outcome that is designed. It is almost like passing dot through a press to make shaped cookies. The other form of plastic modeling also use extraction. So get the raw liquid into the mold. The difference here is that the other methods used to model to make the desired shape, and here the extraction itself it making the shape with the use of die shapes. Common use of extraction modeling. Uh, when using the method, your outcome product will continuously have the same shape along the length of it. This can be things like straws or PVC pipes. This type of parts can be made at a very high volume become because it can just keep producing the same shape without end. In compression, this type of molding is low cost because the equipment is fairly simple and can have high productivity. The downside to this method is that you are very boxed in when it comes to the variety of parts you can make. Extraction modeling best uses is simple part with a fixed cross-sectional profile like a square or circle. Common products are houses, plastic decking, PVC pipes, plastic gutters. Now, compression modeling. This method involves the raw liquid plastic being poured into a heated mold and then being compressed together from the desired shape. The high temperature of the entire process ensure good strength in the final product. The process is finished off by cooling the liquid plastic so that it keeps it form before being terminated and removed from the mold. Now, common use of compression modeling. The most the most effective use for the method is when you want to make plastic replacement part from the broken metal parts. The reason for the reason for this because the high temperature method makes for a very strong and end product. Even through it is a plastic, it is a strong and low cost replacement for the metal parts. The cost effectiveness of this modeling method depends on factors like the complexity of the design, the number of cavities, and the surface finish. When you are mass producing, then this method is ideally because of the cost per part will be very low. The compression model best uses are small parts that can be either metal or plastic needed in high quantity annually. The common products are automotive parts, uh, woods, and smaller auto parts. Now we will discuss about uh, below molding. With below molding, the custom plastic parts come out whole and thin walled. This method is ideal for when the plastic parts has to have uniform wall thickness. This is very similar to the process of glass molding. So glass bowling. The machine eats up the raw plastic until it becomes liquid and then inject air into like a balloon. The plastic is blown into a shaped mold and as it gets bigger it press against the mold walls and it starts to take its shape. After the liquid balloon fills the After the liquid balloon fills the mold, it is cooled to keep its shape. The process is very fast and can produce up to 1400 pieces in a 12 hours per day. Hours work per day. The common use for below molding. Below molding is mostly responsible for producing products like plastic bottles, drums, cases, and even fuel tanks. If you require number of parts is around the hundreds of thousands, then this method is perfect for you. Like a soda company, this is the fastest and economical friendly option with the malt prices ranging somewhere in between injection molding and rotational molding. Best uses are a small to medium hole, then walled plastic part of product needing thousands of pieces a year. Common products are bottles, fuel tanks, and plastic drums, and traffic sorry and water cans. Now we will discuss about injection modeling. Injection modeling is a fairly simple to extraction molding. The difference here is it is that with injection molding, the melted plastic is injected directly into a custom mold. molded. The injection is under high pressure so that the wood is filled and solid part is made. As with the other methods, after the model is filled, the plastic is cooled as cooled as to keep its new shape and then the mold is opened. This can be compared to a wood when the wood is filled and then cooled to create the final product. Common use for injection modeling. This is a common method to produce a high volume of plastic parts like a car parts or even parts for applications. Products can also be made with increased flexibility to suit the needs for designers or engineers. When it comes to the pricing, the mods can be very expensive because they need to be steel or aluminum for highest strength and duplicates. Luckily, as with most methods, the cost per unit drops drastically depending on your production volume. It is also worth noting that can take up to 16 weeks and production up to 4 weeks. The best uses are injection modeling may be right for modeling any kind of plastic parts or products when you need more than 30,000 pieces a year. Common products are medic- medical devices, plastic bottle caps, electrical switches. Now, reaction injection modeling. One type of network forming thermosetting is a molding into a parts such as automobile and inside panel through a process known as reaction injection modelings or RIM. In the presence of catalyst such as a tin soap, the two reactants rapidly form a network joined mainly by earthen groups. The reaction takes place so rapidly that the two precautions have sorry pres- precursors have to be combined into a special mixing aid and immediately introduced into the mold. However, once in the mold, the product require very little pressure to fill and conform to the mold, especially since a small amount of gas is involved in the injection process, expanding the polymer volume and reducing resistance to flow. The low modeling pressure allows relatively lightweight and inexpensive inexpensive models to be used even when large items such as bumper assemble for refrigerator doors are formed. Common uses for rotational modeling. Rotational modeling, also sometimes called roto modeling, this method involves the liquid being placed inside the model and then being rotated at high speeds. The liquid then evenly covers the entire surface of the mold to create a solid part with all the walls evenly thick. After the mold is cooled and the liquid part plastic has taken its new form, it then taken out of the mold. This method is very material efficient and very little goes to waste, making it more economical and environmentally friendly. Common use for rotational molding. The most common use for this method is for big and old parts. These parts include car parts, bins, road cones, pet houses, and storage tanks. The molding that are used in rotational molding are highly interact to make product customizable and changeable. This can include things like special insets and curves as well as logos and slots. This can be placed into the mold to change the final product. Uh, rotational rotational molding best uses are rotational molding may be right for you if you need 25 to 10,000 medium to large parts annually. The common products are storage, recycling bins, road cones and car parts, and utility cuts. The tooling cost with the rotational modeling are lower than other methods like injection and below modeling. This make for lower startup cost and more effective productions at low volume production. Now, thermoforming and cold molding. When a sheet of thermoplastic is heated above its TG or TM, it may be capable of forming a free, flexible membranes as long as the molecular weight is high enough to support the stretching. In this heated state, the sheet can be pulled by maximum into contact with the cold surface of the mold, where it is cools to below TG or TM and become dimensionally stable in the shape of mold. Cups for cold drinks are formed in the way for PET. Now, former thermoplastic. When the platelets are heated, they can be made to fuse together at the same time. That is, Spotens evaporates, framing the and cooling the assembly at the same time. Usually, the pellets are freeform to some extent before being put into a mold to form a cup or some from of rigid packaging. Now we will discuss about foam thermosets. The rapid reaction of which is hydrolex being thermopolarium to make it is mentioned above in reaction injection modeling. These materials also can be formed by incorporating a volatile liquid which evaporates under the heat of reaction and forms the reactive mixture to a high degree. The rigidity of the network depends on the components chosen, especially the prepolymer. Hydrothermal polymer are often used to prepare flexibility forms which are used in furniture constructions. On the other hand, are popular for making a rigid forms such as those used in custom packaging of appliances. These are the topics to modeling plastic into articles. These are the methods. Six. These are the six methods to modeling plastic into articles. And discuss the six. And thank you.